welcome to Horror Movies with Friends. I'm your host, Andy Green, aka Wolfmandy Screame, and this is day 22 of 31 movies, 31 friends, 31 drink pairings. And I'm very excited to introduce my Scream guest for this evening. We have survived the scariest train ride of our lives. This friend forged in the fires of improv. Dunktown host, creator, co-creator, is that how we do it? Agata Monica, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Welcome to your apartment or house.
Welcome to my home.
Yes.
And happy to have you. Thanks for inviting me to do this. It's very exciting.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me here.
Yes.
And what movie did we watch?
We watched, so you let me choose. You sent me a list and I picked Train to Busan, which is a movie that I have always wanted to watch and I never have. And
oh, you hadn't seen it?
No.
Oh, I thought you had like because you were very quick on the uptake. Like you were like, I'm really, really busy, but Train to Busan, I'll talk to you later.
I didn't want anyone to steal it from me.
Yeah.
I knew it would be good and I was right.
It was so good.
Yeah.
But before I think we can even talk about it, I need to ask you a very important question.
Yes.
Would you like some soju?
Of course.
Yeah, and this is your place, so do you want to do the honors? Do you want to pour, or would you like me to do it? I'm just trying to be polite.
Technically, the younger person should pour for the older person. That's like Korean culture.
Ah.
So
is this when we find out how old I am? I am 33 years old.
Okay, so I'm younger than you.
Yes.
So I'm pouring for
okay,
both.
There we go. I like this. And you know this because you lived in Korea.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, for about 6 months, I did a semester of college out there.
That's great.
In Seoul, and it was amazing. I had the time of my life. Like, you know.
Why aren't we there now?
I don't know. I wish I could go. But it is like, you know, not your typical choice. Like most people go to like Italy or Paris or
but you went to
England,
Seoul. Yeah.
And I went to Seoul, and it was amazing.
Here, before we clink, I want to just like see if we can get a little bit of this fun thing here. I realize my phone's upside down, which is great.
What are you trying to capture here?
I just want them. They're not going to see anything, but I just want to give the like it looks like what spring water. Yeah.
It looks like you would not be able to tell that it's not water.
Yeah. Well, now we're about to cheers. Cheers in Korean.
I don't remember.
All right, we'll cut that out. Oh, that's on me. I need to do that research.
Yeah.
It's not on the back of this. Oh, we gotta go down? All right.
Yep, tastes like soju.
And I've done a terrible job introducing this bad boy. So let's, what did we just try? We tried, and I have to look now. West 32 Soju. This is based out of Clifton Park, New York, and I read their story. It was really cool. It was like two friends in 2017 started this company, and they were tired of soju hangovers because most of the sakes that are available in America are very sugary and artificially so.
Yeah.
So this was the first American sake that was all natural. Sorry. Did I say that twice
yes,
too?
You did.
Oh no.
I was like, I'll let it go the first time.
No, don't let it go. No, just like hit that means I have to take a shot or whatever it means. Let's see if I can take it back. Okay. The first all natural soju that is also gluten-free. So
that's cool.
Yeah, in the US. And they have a barrel reserve version as well, but I could not locate that one. That would have been a more whiskey sort of thing.
I see. Yeah, I'm into it. It has, if you've never tried it, it kind of tastes like watered down vodka.
Yes,
right?
Which makes it easier to drink. Like vodka, I mean, I am quoted on this show as saying no one should drink vodka for fun.
Wow.
Because
we're gonna fight right now.
Really? You just drink vodka straight up for fun?
I love vodka. That's my liquor.
It's nothing. Is that why?
No. Listen, I'm Polish, so
okay.
It is like so rude of you to say that to me. Like it's in my blood.
So I need to leave.
Yeah. Yeah. Take your tiny table. This is my table, but take your tiny table and go.
I'm really glad I said that. This is great. I am just making friends left and right here.
It's fine. I forgive you.
No, you don't have to. You should hold a grudge.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm good at that, actually.
That's why you're here. Yeah. Okay. Well, there's a cultural thing to it. I don't have that to it, but I also imagine you do like, I guess, the taste of it, in some ways. But,
yeah. I mean, I feel like it's a lot easier to drink to me than like whiskey straight. Like, I know a lot of people disagree with that, but
I mean, everyone's different, right? So I was sharing some judgment. And I will take it back. People should drink whatever the fuck they want to drink. How about that?
If you ever go to a Polish wedding, they order 1 bottle of vodka per guest.
Well, I mean...
And it's like a 12-hour affair. So they all get drunk. Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me. And I have many memories of, well, not many, but more than one memory where whenever I met someone who was Polish or Russian in Europe when I was traveling in an Airbnb, they almost always had a bottle of vodka in their bag and like just started producing shots. Like not to like take it as a shot, but just like we're pouring it and drinking it.
Yeah.
And I mean, 21-year-old Andy thought that was the coolest thing. Now I'm like, I need a reason to do it. That's why this is. Yeah. We have to.
I like that you said that this is like hangover free, because that is something that is a big deal with Soju, I think. Is that, like, if I drink a lot, I feel like shit. So...
Well, I mean, that's everything, right? But
no, because, like, there are certain things where it's worse, I feel like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Champagne,
yes.
Stuff with sugar, right. Okay,
exactly.
So you will... Well, here we go. This is my gift to you. You can drink as much as you want and test it and send a video to us to see like if the soju hangover thing is real or not.
We're gonna finish it before you leave.
That's right. Now I forgot I'm hanging out with a Polish person. Oh no, I didn't know we're at a wedding. But
you're the one who brought the biggest bottle of soju I've ever seen in my life.
That's the American in me being an idiot, like not knowing this is like a crazy amount. I was just like, well, it's only 19% alcohol, like, and it's economical.
Yeah.
But hey, I think this seems like we're lubricated, we're ready, we've gone on the train already. We're sitting next to each other on the train to Busan, and I mean, I guess my question was going to be, what passenger does this soju remind you of? That's going to be my end to this movie. This is where we reveal that we don't know any of their names.
Oh yeah, I definitely don't know any names. But I will say the baseball team kid.
Ah, baseball team kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the hero one, or the one that like the love interest guy.
Yes, the one that like is fighting through the train.
Yeah. Okay. Why do you say that? I feel like I'm gonna agree with you because that means I don't have to come up with a better answer. But I want to know, why'd you say that?
I mean, I thought he was fun. I thought he was like whimsical. And
well, where was his whimsy? What do you mean? He didn't want to hit his friends. That's cool.
Yeah.
He froze. What the whimsy is that he was like sort of. He was not into the girl right at the beginning, or like he was playing hard to get.
Right.
Is that whimsy?
I don't know. He had a vibe to him.
Oh, okay. So it's in his eyes.
Yeah. I was rooting for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But also the main guy, like the dad, he's so hot.
He is good looking.
Yes, he's so beautiful, and I've seen him in other like Korean movies and stuff. And I realized he's in Squid Game too.
Oh really? Yeah. I think
Did you end up watching that?
I still haven't watched Squid Game. Okay. I know. This is all I can do for this month, and I'm so sorry I haven't seen Squid Game.
Okay.
Haven't seen you. I haven't even seen the movies that are.
Seen you?
Well, not season 3. I've seen season 1 and 2. I've done podcasts on season 1 and 2. There's links below. Oh no. Penn Badgley, I'm sorry.
He's gonna be so pissed when he watches this.
I was his #1 fan, and now, no, I don't think I ever was. I've listened to all of his music, alright?
Okay, well, this is not a spoiler, but that guy is in the first episode, and...
Doesn't survive, I'm assuming.
I didn't say that. That's your assumption.
Well, why else is he only in one? Or maybe just a minor character.
I'm not gonna spoil it for you.
And our dear viewers.
Yes, if you haven't seen Squid Game, you gotta watch it.
It's not because I don't want to.
Right.
Believe me. We're gonna watch. Well, if we have to finish this bottle, like we're gonna watch it then. Okay.
We'll put it on.
Yeah.
But when you watch it, you're gonna be like, "Hey, that's the guy."
And he's so hot.
Yeah, and you're gonna be like, "Oh my god, he looks great."
He's aged well. That's good. Just like this soju. And I think. Let's see. This would be. Yeah, I think that makes sense to me because the soju is not like super intense. It's smooth. You know, the dad isn't smooth in this. You know, he has a journey.
Right.
And which is what makes the movie fucking devastating. This movie, I wrote down relentless, and it just like brutal, and it just never stops. Like a train, like a zombie, it just evokes these zombies. Yeah. And I just thought it was ending and that like we had some hope. And then it was just like, oh wait, there's very less and less hope every minute of this movie.
Yeah. And I love how quickly it just gets into it. Yes. It's like, they set up this thing where it's like, we gotta go to Busan, you're neglecting your child, blah, 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 and then get on the train and immediately it's like, zombie. Zombie is here.
Yeah, well, like, it even starts with, like, the deer thing. Remember? The guy hits the... That was such a cool, like, transformation of the deer, and I was like, I mean, that's the moment. I already knew the movie was gonna be great, but that's when I knew I was like, oh, I'm all in for Train to Busan.
It looked really cool.
It looked really good.
I feel like the special effects were great. The zombies were great. I love a zombie movie. Why is that? I'm like, that sounded like I was like attacking you, but I was like, why?
Yeah, I was more curious, but it didn't sound like I was being curious. It sounded like I was being investigative.
I just think it's like a simple, fun thing. Like, everybody gets it, you know? Like, you get bit, you turn into a zombie. Like, you're just trying not to get bit. That's the whole thing.
And there's so much tension in that.
Yeah.
And also, there's so many... What's even scarier about this movie is that they're fast zombies, right? Like, they're I mean, maybe not fast, but they're normal. Although they seem like they run faster than normal humans, I would even say.
They were, like, making ground, like, down the cars, like...
Yeah, it reminded me of, I mean, this is a much better movie than World War Z, and I think, but, like, it's the same sort of style of, like, zombies sort of, like, piling onto each other and just, like, running pell-mell all over the place. But, yeah, the speed is always their sort of Achilles heel, but in this one, it's the lights, and that's why we have lights dimmed right now. We haven't been keeping quiet, but...
Uh-oh. They're gonna... Well, it's also, like... They have to be able to see you.
That's right. We have all the blinds down.
Yes, we do.
And you're wearing a hat to cover.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is me as Penn Badgley. I'm cosplaying.
That's a really good...
No one can see me when I wear a hat.
That's been proven in multiple movies and superhero things too. So
no one's ever been like, hey, it's that creepy weirdo guy.
It's always, you know what? I am always weirded out by someone who wears a hat that doesn't have a logo. Mm. I always think that's weird.
Really?
I don't want, like, Kevin Feige...
You want to be a corporate shill?
No, like, yours says basketball on it, and, like, I don't want to be a corporate shill. No, you're right, good call. But there's something weird about not having any, I guess it's
this is a podcast hat, so it's a
you're shilling your, but it's yours, right?
No,
it's not yours?
One.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that's nice of you.
I just like the hat.
Yeah. No, it has good colors. Yeah, that you can't see here, but it's purple and pink. Get the candlelight in there. But, like, I don't even know. Well, you're right, actually. That was a good comeback. But I'm just
imagining, like, you're just like, it's gotta be like Bud Light.
Yeah, I gotta wear fucking Pepsi or nothing. No, that's actually the opposite Andy, but somehow I hate hats without logos. But it's also like, logo doesn't necessarily mean a corporation. Like, it could be, well, I mean, I guess a national park or whatever, but that's going to something, at least the money is going to something that's important. Yeah. But yeah, most of them are sports teams, and that is a corporation, and they're malevolent at best.
Right.
So, yeah. But yeah, to malevolence, was like, why'd you drink to that? But I guess...
Like, I guess I'm getting into this, so I put it down for a second.
Yeah. You sort of blah, blah, blah the fact that he was a shitty dad.
Yeah.
But that, to me, is what also makes this movie so good, because there's actually characters here.
Yeah, and there's development.
So much development.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a train ride.
Yeah, like, at the beginning, he's telling his daughter, like, why are you helping that old lady? Like, fuck her.
Yeah, in these situations, you only care about yourself. But it's also like, in these situations is every situation for this guy.
Right.
He doesn't care about anyone. And that's what his daughter says. Suan. God damn it. Suan is the only name I remember. And she says later in that movie, like, the only person you care about is yourself.
Yeah, she's not wrong.
She is not wrong. Yeah.
Because he immediately, as soon as they're like, oh fuck, they're zombies, he like closes the door on some guy. And then... With
a wife who's pregnant behind him. Although maybe he didn't... I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he only saw the burly man who... Burly man's awesome.
He's great. He's one of my favorites.
That's the drink I want.
Okay.
That would be the barrel-aged ones of these. Because that guy was just barreling...
He was kicking ass. He was like destroying zombies.
He didn't have a weapon. He just had his fists.
Yeah.
Everyone else like, I have a bat that looks fake. And I have whatever. And then he just is punching people.
Yeah. He had the motivation of his pregnant wife.
Which is... I guess there's no greater motivation.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, that's his little baby cooking in there.
And he was not shy to say that. He's like, I made that to a 5-year-old or whatever. I was just like...
It was weird.
That was the only line where I'm like, oh, I don't love that. Yeah. But everything else, like, he was just on point. And so, like, I love when people call assholes, you know? Mm-hmm. That's, like, the hero move. That's what I would wish that I would do, is like call, especially a stranger. That's like, it's easy to call a friend an asshole, maybe, but it's like hard to like, some guy on the train. But I guess in this scenario, he closed the fucking door to the zombies. We're saying asshole way easier in this situation.
Right. Yeah. Because there was like plenty of time, like they could get in, zombies were not like right there. And yeah, but he grew like throughout the movie. He's like helping people. He's like, he went back and like got that one guy who was like attached to him. You know, the guy who like basically was like, I'm following you no matter what. Oh,
the guy who was sort of, I would say like the déclassé version is to sort of say like a street person, because he was sort of like, he looked like he was homeless, and that was clearly like what they were trying to evoke.
Right.
And also like, we're going to be judging him because he's poor. Right.
And but it's like, he was like, I'm going with you guys, and they were like, no, fuck off, and he's like, no, I'm still coming.
Well, he heard of the phone call, right?
Yeah.
So, and he was smart. He's a survivor more than any of them.
Yeah.
Like, he has to survive every fucking day.
Right.
So, he doesn't survive this movie. There's a certain...
Spoiler alert.
Well, no, this is all spoilers. Now it is. But, like, there's a certain part, like, I thought it was going to be, like, the 5 of them. I thought it was going to be the wife and her unborn child, the kid.
The baby counts?
Well, I don't know. I don't want to be political in this scenario. I was just listing. That's her character trait. Fine. Pregnant woman. Jesus Christ.
Fetus.
Yeah. Oh, man. Okay. The woman, the daughter, the dad, and the homeless guy, for lack of a better... God, no one's going to watch this. Everyone's going to be very offended by me. This is soju, not sake. I went to a liquor store where they did not know what I was talking about.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, so you mean sake? I'm like, no, no, I mean soju.
Wow.
So they've lost a customer.
They're just waiting to get canceled.
Yeah, so am I think.
Yeah, you're towing the line.
Am I?
No, I'm just kidding.
That's my fear.
I know. I can tell that you're scared.
It's the zombies. I have this thing where I'm scared of making mistakes, but all I do is make mistakes. I have to face my fear every day. Every sentence is a mistake. A potential one, at least. It's hard to be a writer. Yeah.
It's so hard being a white man.
Yep, that's what I was trying to say. Thank you, Agata.
I'm just fucking with
No,
you.
this is good. This is good entertainment. I know I need to, like, I'm not done yet, but I know I need defense against you. Like, this is scary.
So, in
Let's go.
can I have a little bit?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
No worries. My memories of drinking soju in Korea is like, well, first of all, I was in college and your professor takes out your class to go drinking and you can't say no because it's rude. And what happens is they just buy like 10 pitchers of beer and they put like shot glasses of soju all the way across and then they knock it over. And it does a little,
soju bombs.
Yeah, it does a little waterfall and then you're just drinking like, beer and soju mixed together.
Do you have a beer?
I don't have a beer. I'm sorry.
I would have done that with you because that seemed like where we were building to.
Well, I just thought that was fun.
It is fun.
But
yeah.
It also was like
Intense,
and it's also like you can't say no. Like it's part of the cult. Like you're an asshole if you're like, no, I'm good.
That's true. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
There's like a power dynamic, and the dynamic is like, here, get drunk, children.
Yeah.
But it's also, I mean, there's part of that is cool. As a kid, I'm like, oh, I want to get drunk with my professor. They're buying stuff. That's fun. But yeah, you're right. There's like this sort of.
There's like a respect like cultural level that doesn't exist here. But also, it would be weird if your professor here was like, meet you at the bar. Everyone come to the bar. I'm buying you all drinks.
I mean, I know that exists, but
right. But like, I think like specific relationships, like I don't know.
Yeah. No, I think
You know
it is
what I mean?
different. No, yeah, I definitely is a cultural thing, but I think there's something to that would be beneficial here. Not the you're forced to drink this because I have power thing,
Right.
but the professor-student thing doesn't have to be like this huge disparity.
Right.
It can be more like, hey, I'm just like, I barely know what I'm doing with my life. I just like know a little bit more books.
Yeah.
That's like, and that's, at the end of the day, that's essentially it. No one knows what the fuck they're talking about. I prove that every day. So.
I had a great time. I'm not complaining. I just think it's interesting.
Well, now you have the, the retrospective, or you're looking back and being like, oh yeah, what if I didn't want to do that? What if you didn't want the soju hangover before your test the next day, but you had to go because Professor, I'm not going to say it.
Back in your head.
That was a trap for myself, and I'm not falling for that one, Andy. No, we're not doing it. I live in my head. Where do you live?
You're in my home. I just moved in here. Welcome.
Welcome.
One of my first guests.
I really appreciate it. All right. The asshole. We got to talk about the asshole. The guy who doesn't change. The only one who doesn't really have a journey in this is the CEO of some bullshit guy.
What was that guy's deal?
I mean, he's a rich guy.
True.
But so was the dad, but the dad had a child, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, he's the villain of the, I mean,
he's an asshole the whole movie.
Every monster movie or good monster or horror movie always proves, and I mean, The Walking Dead did it for 8 years or whatever, I guess it's still on, but who cares, that humans are the worst monster,
Right.
And in this scenario, he is proving that in every scene he's in, and that he's turned everyone else is the thing that, like, to me, was so gut-wrenching. Like, that's the stuff where, like, the brawny dude dies because of this asshole, and, like, because they're, like, preventing, because yes, there's a fear there of them being infected.
Mm-hmm. But it's obvious that they're not. Like, because even when they get in, he's still like, they're infected. It's like, no, they're not. You're just being a dick. Still.
저쪽에서 오신 분들 아무래도 저희랑 함께 있을 수 없을 것 같습니다. 전부 저쪽 연결부로 이동해 주세요.
That part to me killed me, like, so much more. I mean, all the other stuff I was like, okay, yes, they haven't seen them. They haven't seen their they did when they were at the door. But it was sort of like, okay, but then after that he was just playing to it felt very political in that moment. Yeah.
It's like a commentary on class, of course.
Yes.
And it reminded me of Titanic.
Yes. Yeah.
When they're like, yeah, you guys are trapped in the basement and rich people are gonna like try to get off this boat.
Yeah, no, of course. Like you look at like who's there remaining, and it's like no one. And this is the CEO. Everyone doesn't want to say no to this guy or whatever. And so you can go to the vestibule,
right?
Which ends up being like the better place to be.
Yeah, they immediately die.
Well, because the woman kind of goes a little crazy, the sister, because she watches her sister die.
The grandma lady.
Yeah, Granny. I think they just called both of them Granny during the movie.
Ajuma.
Ajuma?
Yeah.
Nice. We're learning things.
Yeah, it's like they call like older women Ajuma and older men Ajushi.
Ajushi. Alright, so I'm an Ajushi.
Yeah. Like
well, in this scenario.
Yeah. Well, like that scene where the girl who likes the baseball kid, where she's like trying to convince that asshole guy to let them in. She's like, Ajushi. Like she's like begging him,
and he's just like not having it at all. And she was one of them, because it was definitely that like us versus them scenario. And I was so mad that everyone else took the side of the CEO in that scenario, because I thought for sure he was going to get voted out. But that's why this movie is so good, because I just kept thinking there'd be like it would turn for positive sooner than it did, and it never did until the very, very end.
Yeah.
But even then, did you think they were gonna die?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I was just like, this movie almost feels like I'm setting up they're just gonna get shot by the soldiers after escaping every fucking thing.
Well, yeah, like as they're like walking up and the guys like kill them, it's like, really? They like I actually would have loved that ending, honestly, if they just got shot. Not because I want them to die.
No, I know, it's a really fucking bleak ending.
It would have been like, yeah, this makes sense after, like, everything that's happened.
That's a good point. Like, I mean, I think...
They would have earned it, is what I mean.
They would have earned it, because it's all set up. But they also set up this ending, too, about how she had the recital and she wasn't able to finish the song, and... I mean, they even have the, like, finish what you started bullshit thing. That was, like, the dad saying that, but he sort of didn't understand why she stopped. It's because he wasn't there, and she was singing that.
So sad.
I know. That scene, the emotional scene where, like, he basically, like, is coming together with his daughter, and then, you know, when he sacrifices himself for them, it's, like, it's also crushing and lands so well, because we've seen this man change. He is now ready to be a good dad, a good citizen for the world, but it's too fucking late. I mean, he had to basically sacrifice himself for them to maybe survive. But then that's what the gut-wrenching thing was. That's already happened like 4 other times.
Right.
And then more people keep dying. And I thought, yeah, it was just going to end with the 2 of them dead in a tunnel.
Right.
Which is how this episode's going to end.
God willing. This is a snuff movie, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, it looks like that. So,
Kind of, yeah. We are sitting in the dark.
Yeah. Well,
Are you okay?
Yeah, I was like, I don't have anything like good to say to that. Like, I was gonna, you know, any joke just would not have worked. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you know what to do with your life if you're not chilling for a brand, you know?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you buy brands that you believe in instead, and then you convince your friends that you haven't talked to in 5 years to sit down in their new apartment to talk about a movie that neither of us have seen. That's what you do.
Well, I mean, honestly, like, it wasn't weird because
you've
done it multiple times.
No, I know. I'm trying to make myself sound weirder than I am. I mean, but what was the weirdest thing I did, though?
What do you mean?
Remember when I like dropped the like coffee beans in your backyard?
Okay, yeah. Well, we can get into that. That was
let's
kind
get
of
into
that. You had bought some coffee. What kind of coffee is it?
Momo's coffee, and it was made in Busan. That's why I got it. I got it for this episode. Actually, a friend got it for me knowing that I was doing this episode.
That's very
So that's
nice.
a good friend. Kyle. Nosferatu.
Shout out to Kyle.
Shout out to Kyle.
But you were like, should I bring it to do this? And I was like, I can't drink coffee at night because I'm a little baby. And
That was what I thought.
Yeah, I can't sleep if I'm drinking coffee at nighttime. So you decided to come. What I thought was you were coming to bring me like a mason jar of coffee.
Which would have been way cooler and more insane, I think. Like, because I said I was going to drop it in your yard. I just, like, put a mason jar. Like, well, because I don't want to give information about your location. But you have a fence, and I can't get in. So I just, with a bag of beans, it's sort of easy just to toss it over.
Right.
But, like, a mason jar of coffee. Like, I wouldn't have been able to do that.
That's why I said carefully. I said carefully throw it over the fence.
And well, the best part is that this morning you're like, oh, well, I can't actually make coffee. I don't have the equipment.
Well, I went out there in the rain this morning and I found it and I was like, oh, it's beans. It's just a bag of beans.
Yeah, I'm like Jack and the Beanstalk.
And I am a weirdo that does not make coffee at home, so I was like...
You're not a weirdo.
I don't have like a grinder.
In this story, you're not the weirdo.
I guess that's true. I don't have a grinder, I don't have a coffee machine. I was like, this is not going to work, and I'm going to disappoint Andy.
Oh, you didn't disappoint Andy. No. Now I'm just feeling like, I'm disappointing Agata because I'm like, I can't drink more of this. Unless we're watching a horror movie that I need to watch before tomorrow tonight, then I can stay and have this. That's what's happening in my head right now. So I'm like, there's no, but you haven't disappointed me. But I think this is day 22 and I am going slightly insane. It's sort of like being like, well, it's my trying to, do too much mostly, it's like sort of like, and it didn't make any sense anyway to like, oh yeah, let's have coffee separately and then we'll talk about it.
And for a second I was like, should I just pretend like I made this coffee?
Oh, that would have been great. You should have
gone to like Starbucks and like gotten a coffee.
Don't go to, no, corporate shill. Get out of here.
I am a corporate shill.
Oh man.
No, I don't drink Starbucks. Okay? This is not an ad for Starbucks.
They're going to cut it out and just say, this is an ad for Starbucks, which I just gave to them.
The thing is, like, I do love coffee. I just don't make my own because I'm spoiled. But also, like, I just go to the coffee shop and
Coffee shops are good.
This is why I don't own a home. Like,
right? No. You're paying for small.
I go to a local coffee shop and I pay for coffee all the time. Way too much. And avocado toast, and I don't have a home because that's where all my money goes.
Your home is nicer than mine.
Well, I mean,
where's my avocado toast?
I don't own this place. I'm a renter.
Fair enough. As am I.
And I mean, it's never gonna happen in LA for me.
Oh, it's not. Yeah, no. I mean, well, clearly this video wasn't that good.
This could go viral.
This could go viral. But I want to.
When you get canceled.
Have I done anything cancelable yet? We'll see.
You can cut it out in editing.
I don't. People watching this know I have a very high tolerance for. I was gonna say length, which is weird. Like I'm not gonna cut very much. I don't have time to cut. But I was gonna say you're welcome to come over anytime because now I have 10 fucking bags of coffee, and I will accept tips.
Okay.
A gratuity would be nice.
Okay.
Do you have any final tasting notes of the soju / the film? Any final?
The film is wonderful. I loved it. I knew I would love it. I should have watched it like 10 years ago. Wait, no, it's only like
2016. So, but you should have still watched it before it came out.
should have.
Well, then you could have made it. No, it needed to be made by who it was made. The director that I haven't said this entire fucking show. This film's directed by Jung, and it's fucking really good.
Yeah, I loved it.
I mean, and you loved it even with not the punch in your gut ending.
I I don't need everything to be
Perfect.
a positive, fun, happy ending.
Yeah, that's why you hang out with me. It's always a disappointment.
And also, like, it's why I love horror movies.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I don't need everything to work out.
That's more real anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Life is a nightmare.
On that note, this has been so fun.
Yeah.
Agata, it really has.
Thank you. It really has, yeah.
Like these are the nightmares that I long for. And I hope you enjoyed this as well. But yeah, thank you so much for having me over.
Of course.
And
Thank you for bringing this over.
Of course. Oh yeah, you're welcome. And again, I need to know the Soju hangover results.
I'll tell you. I'll text you tomorrow.
Didn't work. Yeah, so this month I'm doing this to commemorate a friend and to commemorate, you know, his love of horror movies, my love of horror movies, and just like movies bring people together. I think we didn't get to do that so much in the last couple of years, or at least it was a little bit harder. And so I sort of wanted to do it a lot for 1 month to sort of catch up. So it was really nice to do this with you. There's information on the fundraiser at Trevor Project, a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping the LGBTQ plus youth dealing with crisis intervention and suicide prevention. So yeah, anything you can give would mean a lot. And yeah, thank you so much for going on this fucking train ride. You know, it's been fun, and it will continue to be fun tomorrow, where I talk to Christopher Miles. He does the designs of the logo and all that fun stuff. He's a dear friend, collaborator, and graphic designer, and we are going to be talking about Vampire Circus, a 1972 Hammer horror bonanza. And I'm now going to say that Train to Busan is actually streaming every fucking where. Really, like all over the place. I watched it on Shudder, but it's on like Tubi, it's on Amazon Prime, it's on what's the Pluto TV, it's on like the Roku channel. It's everywhere. And so Vampire Circus is also on the Roku channel. So watch that. That's your homework. Agata's totally going to watch it. She's going to nod her head, but she's not going to do it. Yeah, I know she wasn't going to do it. I had to look. I knew she's not going to watch Vampire Circus. There's not enough death in
it's
Vampire.
It's no
Twilight. You're right. Twilight is better. No, it's not. It could have done some Twilight stuff. But anyway, that's tomorrow's episode. Thank you so much. And in the meantime, I will see you at the next phase of the moon. Let's howl at the moon for the friends we miss, the friends we wish were here to see this. Ow, ow! Ow! Chips? Oh!
Jump in, buddy.
Oh.
He's never howled before. So.
He's never. Oh, but this would have been the perfect moment.